Welcome to the Biased and Educated and Prejudiced Podcast, episode 4.
Sheesh.
Damn, bro.
4
think we
weeks,
make it.
consistent
Yeah.
4 weeks.
Yeah, not every Monday though. It's Friday today, but we've done pretty well.
Because somebody is
I got
is
called
not
a liar.
is
Yeah, I got
not
called
a
liar.
reliable person.
I apologize. But we're here before Saturday. You know,
One day before, giving me plenty of time to edit this video.
Yeah, we'll just make no mistakes. You don't have to edit anything out.
I've never made a mistake in my entire life.
No, me neither. me neither.
Matthew Uruguay did say there are no accidents.
True that. True.
Preach, brother.
that.
Preach.
R.I.P. Pull one out. Nice, both sip at the same time.
Can you imagine it gets like episode 100? 100 straight weeks. That's 2 years. That's over 2 years.
Almost. It's actually
Yeah.
it's actually 4 weeks away. No, yeah, that's
100 episodes. Can you imagine that?
where
Welcome to BUP episode 100.
Welcome to episode fucking like 100 or something. Like I don't fucking know. What do you want? Fuck off, Lou.
I need to get a fucking job,
Yeah.
man. I'm not making any fucking money yet. When are you going to start making some fucking money?
Yeah, the past like 50 to 100 have been no views. Like,
Man, you got to be consistent, man. You got to be consistent with it.
I got 3 U's my A levels. Like, currently working at Mackey's for $9.50 an hour.
The military won't accept me. That would be like a sick number to see.
Oh no, yeah, see 100. Yeah, no, I agree.
Well, you went like, what was your?
Because I think you were about to say, yeah, like that would be sick, wouldn't it?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Living the dream.
Yeah, it's possible. Well, realistically, right? We could say there's like 12 hours in a day where we could be here. Like, that's 12 episodes that we could essentially do. And we could
episode a day.
Again, and just pump them out once every Saturday.
Yeah, man.
We're just always wearing the same clothes.
Like each episode, you see us get more like. So.
I'm so fucking hungry. I actually don't care what
we've
you
been
have to say, Lou.
We've been going for 12 hours.
Yeah.
Do you want to start with your topic that you wanted to talk about?
Yeah, we can. Well, actually, no. I want to talk about women because I feel like that'll get me into talking because I feel like there's a lot I can talk about
Okay,
here.
so one of the questions because we prepare like questions before each episode. Me with all the good, interesting questions.
No, mine are way more interesting. Yours are just more research backed. Like mine are just like, would it be cool if we did this? We'd rather do that.
Mine were interesting because I've got the research to back it up.
No, it's just like numbers, and mine's cool shit.
Well, I've got a cool topic here.
Okay, go on then.
All my efforts are wasted in putting in all the work behind the scenes.
I put in like most of the work. To be honest.
Shut
I
the
just let
fuck
people
up.
think you do it because I feel bad.
Anyway,
Please go on.
we're gonna brush that aside.
Mhm.
Pretend I'm not pissed off. A question that could get us in a bit of heat. Probably going to trigger some people.
Probably.
Probably going to trigger some people.
I apologise for what I have to say.
Apologise in advance. Are men and women equal?
Right. Is that like an intro or is this just like a
straight up
straight up.
raw dog in this question?
I think in like day-to-day life they should be.
Mhm.
I think responsibility wise, all that, equal rights, equal fights, all that shit. Like don't hit women, obviously. But I think that they should be.
Mhm.
However, unfortunately,
Mhm.
I don't think they are.
Mhm.
I think there's like obviously men will rule the world. There's always going to be like that sort of shit. I think women are generally prejudiced against. It isn't saying like guys aren't,
Mhm.
but I think I'd rather be a guy than a woman because of all the shit.
Yeah.
Like I can walk through fucking the wreck at night and not be worried,
Mhm.
but like girls can't walk.
I think you should be
car.
worried. You got enemies out
Yeah,
there.
I got shooters, I got ops. Yeah, it's like I can do all that shit because I'm a man. It's
Yeah.
like strength-wise and like physically, I think there's always going to be biological differences.
Yeah.
I think men will always be stronger than women, and that's just
physically, yeah.
yeah, that's just
Yeah, yeah.
nature-wise.
Hmm.
So there, no. What
Mhm.
what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I sort of agree with you there. Because I've been thinking about it a lot, and Jordan Peterson in his book described it very good. He called it like chaos and order.
Mm-hmm.
So for I do think men and women should be treated equally.
Yeah.
Like, you know, you shouldn't be like, oh, you're a woman, you're not allowed this job. Like, that's just fucked up.
Uh-huh.
But I think men and women are actually polar opposites. It's like the idea of like there's masculinity and femininity, and they complement each other. Like, you need one to have the other.
Okay.
And Jordan Peterson, I'm going to put my own little twist in it as well. Chaos is femininity, so it's kind of like Mother Nature. Like, Mother Nature is like, it's beautiful, but it's like it's chaotic. Like, if you fuck with Mother Nature, like, she can, like, earthquakes, fucking diseases and shit, like, it'll fucking hurt you. And it's, as well, like, the nurturing care of a mother, like, she'll look after a child, but like, if you try and like think like a mother grizzly bear,
oh yeah, you're trying to think
if you try and like go near their child, they'll kill you. And then order was like the masculinity, so like kind of like, you know, Father Time, that sort of like regulating and like law keeping and strength, and like just like keeping everyone, you know, the same and like in order. And I think that was a good kind of way of putting it, because when you sort of keep the genders as the same, then like it doesn't really mix well. If you try and like treat a man as a woman, then it's not very good for the man. Like, men, especially young boys, they need a male role model to look up to. If you give them a lot of time, you give them a female role model, it doesn't really they're not going to develop the sort of qualities of a man usually, because when they don't see like a man should be like, you know, looking after his people, and typically like, you know, the stereotypical like alpha male kind of thing. Like, he looks after his people, and, you know, he helps everyone, and he'll build shit, and like it's
a provider.
A provider. And then the traditional like mother is kind of caring and whatnot. Then like that feminine kind of aspect I don't think should be kind of used to bring up a male, because then you're gonna have weak men, because they're not gonna be usually as strong, if you get what I mean.
Sort of. What in your opinion are the qualities of a man? Because you said that they wouldn't have that. What is that to you?
Physically and mentally strong.
Mm-hmm.
So like a typical leader, a man leader would, you know, any leader really, but a typical like stereotypical leader throughout history has been males.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because maybe we are more stronger, or some as well of it is a bit of sexism.
Yeah, I think especially if you take anything between 20 years ago, anything before then is a big majority sexism.
So like, yeah, strong physically and mentally, looks after their kind of their tribe and their people. Like, he's dependable. Like, if you get what I mean, like, he's you know, if you're in trouble, like, he can like back you up, you know.
Yeah, reliable guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm still kind of like figuring out this concept myself. Like, I haven't fully kind of meshed it out, and you can probably tell that from what I've just said. But like, it's something that I do kind of agree with, and I like the idea of. In his book as well, Jordan Peterson gave examples from history, because it's always kind of been represented throughout history, like yin and yang, chaos and order.
Mm-hmm.
They have a bit, like, you know, like the small dot inside the black and the white. That's of the opposite color, so it's kind of telling you that you need one to have the other, and they complement each other well. Like Adam and Eve.
Not Adam and Steve. As we've heard that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. No, I get what you're saying.
There's a polarity between the two, and they shouldn't be like muddled, if that makes sense.
Okay. Well, do you think that when you say that men should be like mentally and physically strong,
mm-hmm.
do you think that men should be more mentally, physically stronger than women?
Not necessarily. It's again like you said before about men are biologically stronger. Like, you shouldn't, like, men should not be like
No, yeah,
they should not be
I
weak.
don't think anybody should be weak.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone should always be strong. But
Mhm.
I think, see, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the times you'd find a lot of women are more, on average, I'd say more mentally strong than men, because
Yeah.
we have the comfort zone of all these different things we don't think about. For example, the walking late at night. We don't have to worry about that.
That's true. Yeah.
The constant fear and anxiety, I feel like women do feel, because if you're ever like, if you see a guy in the street and say he's like walking towards you, you think he's about to front you, you're gonna think, okay, I'm gonna have to fight. This is a fight. Whereas as a girl, it's like, what does he want to do to me? I've never thought this guy is gonna try and fuck me.
Yeah.
Which I'm so grateful for.
Yeah, that's a very good point.
Like that, just having to think day-to-day life. Like, obviously you see people and you're like, wow, he could fuck me up in a fight. It's like, okay, whatever. But thinking that person could literally do what they want to me, like that is a fear that I hope I never have to feel.
Yeah.
So I think,
yeah, I agree with that.
I think women are generally more mentally strong than men. I don't disagree. I think that men should be strong and all that shit. You know, obviously with like the soft side and all, you know. It's an interesting one. I think I get what you're saying with the whole fuck, it's so difficult to try and like articulate this.
Yeah, I feel like for about a week or two now straight, I've been like, just like in like when I get random time to myself, I'm kind of like thinking about this and like trying to, you know, sort it out in my head.
Yeah, it's sort of, it's one of those things that you don't think about. You just know that, okay, that's that. This is that. So when you actually have to try and explain it to somebody, this is difficult. Women, right? Baseline. I think if you put it down to the basics, the whole men should be able to provide for themselves and for a family. And I think that if they can't do that, do you think that makes them less of a man?
Yes.
Oh, across the board, 100%.
If you go back to like when we were like tribal days, you know, when we were just like a group of us, and like you got to provide, like you have to be able to provide. Like typically the men would be going out and hunting. So we still, our brains still haven't sort of evolved from that. Yeah, so that like what would you call it? Like
primitive instinct.
Yeah, primitive instinct of like being able to provide. You're gonna feel like if you inside feel like I can't go out and get shit and provide for a family or even myself, then you're gonna feel a bit less of a man, because you're not gonna feel secure in yourself that if worst comes to worst, I can't do anything. Like having that like safety like mechanism of I can handle tough times and I can get through shit and still come out the other end of it, then that helps you feel like a man. Like you need to feel like secure in yourself.
Yeah, okay. What about the tribes where women hunt and shit like that? Because they do exist. And do you think as well that, I suppose that adds to your point about the working together, like the yin and yang.
Yeah.
Like, because I feel like the whole tribal mindset is we're a tribe. Yeah. We learn about psychology.
Oh, okay.
You dropped psychology, didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Psychology.
I actually did this in today's lesson.
Okay.
It's like individual differences or individualistic culture and fucking, I'm so bad at psychology and some other shit. And it's the idea of, in the Western sort of side, you see more of like individual success. Yeah. The man who did it all himself, all that shit. Whereas in the sort of, the example you use like Africa, how they are one for all for one, you know.
Yeah, so that's
it's
a
about
good
loyalty
mentality
to the tribe,
yeah.
About providing for everybody, helping everybody. I think, I definitely think we could probably benefit from thinking more like that.
Yeah, of course. Especially as a society in general, like it's sort of especially like working like on a computer. Like that is a very individualistic kind of thing. When you've got a team, then it's a bit different. Yeah. But yeah, having a sense of community is definitely very good. Especially going back, like trying to bring it back to the like men and women thing. Like when you said about the like female providers of the tribe, yeah, you should provide. They should be able to provide as well. But I think there is definitely just physiologically and instinctively that sort of, for men anyway, that sort of want to be able to like provide, and like it is difficult, like, because I don't want to, I don't agree with this, like being like, oh yeah, women shouldn't like be doing, you know, shit or anything.
Yeah.
Like I think they should, and but it's hard to verbalize. Yeah, there should be like a collective kind of.
It should be a team effort.
Yeah, so if you think like the household, like everyone should be able to provide for the kids. Like everyone should be able to provide the father and the mother. But again, like traditionally, it'll be in different ways, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Before you said that a kid needs a male influence, otherwise they necessarily.
I'd say a boy definitely does.
A boy, okay, yeah. So a boy. Do you think that, say, like lesbian couples and single mothers and shit like that,
Mm-hmm.
do you think that their sons, like, do you think that every time? Do you think it's necessary? Do you think there's such a stark difference?
I think there should be a. Doesn't have to be a father, but there should be a. Like a male role model who has some good qualities to look up to for a male, because it helps the boy kind of relate to the male, if that kind of makes sense. Because like, of course, I've been pretty much like brought up with my single mom, and my mum I love to pieces, and like, you know,
Thanks for that. She's your kitchen Emma. Appreciate it.
I appreciate everything that she's done for me.
Yeah.
But I think that if I didn't have like access to the internet and I could see like boxes and strong male role models, then I wouldn't have gone to the gym, started boxing, started trying to work on myself. Because if I didn't, I'd just be playing video games and like eating shit food and whatnot. Because the mum naturally wants the child to be happy and wants to care for them. And so if I wanted like some sweets and I was like, oh, Mom, I really want some sweets, and then she'd be like, oh yeah, of course. If that makes you happy, then you can have that. But a strong real male role model would think, well, hang on, like this isn't good for you. So you got to learn that you should have something like healthier instead. For example, instead of like giving into the child's needs, the mum. Like my mum is like a healthy person. She'd make lots of healthy food. But if like I wanted like a Lucasade or something, and like then I would probably get it.
Yeah.
And I was, until I sort of started boxing and started seeing these like positive, like strong male role models, then like I wouldn't have like lost weight and sort of become a stronger person.
Do you think you will be a strong, or do you think you'll be a good male role model?
I don't know. I would definitely hope so.
Yeah. Do you think right now you're a good male role model?
A bit, yeah.
Yeah, I'd say in most aspects.
Thank you.
Just apart from the, crippling drug addiction.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, you just need someone who can look up to, and because like, there is sort of, there's always gonna. I would say, I've got quite lucky in like gang kind of areas. If you look at like the statistics of like single mothers, like statistically in areas where there are no very little male role models, crime rates go up.
Do they? Interesting.
Yeah.
You got the statistics.
I haven't got it, but I can Google it.
Yeah. That is interesting. It's a weird topic because there's so much to sort of factor in and think about.
Yeah,
which makes
it's not
it
like
difficult to talk about.
It's not like a single variable
yeah.
equation. Do crime rates increase in?
I think, like, what's the word? Best case scenario, whether it is an actual male role model or a female one, I think you need a strong, good-natured role model. I think that's necessary for, optimum development and all that shit. I don't necessarily think it has to be male, because I suppose I don't like my main role model in my life is my brother less than my dad.
Right.
Because my dad's like, he's great, a little sexist, but he's great. I think you probably as long as you can find it somewhere, whether it be like in your case, you know, the internet and boxes, or it could be a music artist, it could be whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I think I don't even know.
Yeah, it is a tricky one. I'm listening. I'm just trying to.
Yeah, no, don't worry. It's just sort of trying to think about it sends my head in like a weird spiral of when you know, like, oh my god, even trying to explain it. I'm awful at telling stories because I will tell you one thing and then I'll start thinking about something else and try and explain that bit, there's context for that bit.
Yeah, I do that all the time.
And so even this, I start talking one point and then it swiftly turns into a different one.
Okay, so this is on mnpsych.org, so Minnesota Psychological Association. Father absent homes, implications for criminal justice and mental health professionals.
Mm.
The number of, this is in the United States, so the number of single parent households in the United States has reached high levels in recent decades. As the extant,
Let's see.
have I read that right?
As the extant literature, yeah, I guess.
What does that mean? Someone tell us what that means, please.
Yeah, can we have a strong male role model tell us what that means?
Suggests that children raised in single-parent households experience more physical and psychological problems compared to those raised in two-parent households. The implications of homes in which fathers are absent may be important to explore for criminal justice and mental health professionals. The number of children who grow up without a father in the home in the United States has reached concerning levels. Hang on. There exists a considerable research base that suggests that children raised in households lacking a father experience psychosocial problems with greater frequency than children with a father in the home. That was Allen and Daly, 2007.
Weird.
These problems have been found to extend into adolescence and adulthood and include an increased risk of substance use, depression, suicide, poor school performance, and contact with the criminal justice system. Lack of parental involvement has also been associated with a higher likelihood of being bullied and experiencing abuse. Educating young fathers and helping them play a more active role in the child's life could benefit both families and communities. Children who grow up without their fathers may come to resent paternal figures due to perceived abandonment. As a child grows into these feelings may burgeon, I don't know how to pronounce that, from a lack of trust and result in a heightened sense of anger. As a child grows into adolescence and young adulthood, these problems may contribute to contact with the criminal justice system, use of illicit substances, as well as a variety of mental health problems. For example, anger stemming from abandonment can make it difficult for juveniles to establish friendships and relationships.
Shit.
Yeah.
So I guess.
So
get a baby daddy, you know, it's like.
So it's just a point, isn't it? Like something to kind of think about, really. Like, is it essential? Like,
I suppose by that, yeah.
Like, you know.
But so then, what do you do if you're a lesbian but you want your kid to not go through that shit? Do you have to? Because there's always that sort of like, which one of you's the dad in the relationship, isn't there?
That's a good point.
Like, I feel like, say if you take Amanda Nunes, for example, because she's got a wife and a kid. I feel like she's a pretty strong role model. Like,
she could probably beat most men up.
Yeah, she'd fuck me up. What weight class women wise do you think you could get up to, where you could definitely win, but you know, like, is there a point past featherweight or like atom weight? Because I feel like an atom weight woman, no matter like. So
you talking like UFC, like world champ?
No, not like world champs, just like UFC fighters.
Right.
I don't know any atom weight. Like, I think Thug Rose did atom weight for a bit.
Is that even a thing, atom weight?
I might have made it up. I feel like I've seen atom weight.
Flyweight, do you mean?
No, I've seen atom weight.
There's like minimum weight.
No, you know, atom weight. Yeah, it might be.
Is it a UFC weight class? I know UFC doesn't have like nearly as many weight classes as boxing. Boxing's got like 17 weight classes.
No, it's one championship I'm thinking of, not
Ah,
UFC.
right, okay.
It's 48 kg.
48 kg.
Yeah.
Oh,
So I
hell.
feel like an atomweight, like I'd probably struggle. I'd probably get hurt.
Yeah.
I feel like
You just, yeah, I suppose.
I would double your weight. Like if I hit you, it's gonna hurt.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Probably like, what's featherweight, the weight limit in UFC?
I think. I'd guess 58. Featherweight UFC limit. Women. Kg. 65.8. That's like Anthony Guest now. And that's trained. Anthony Guest trained could probably be difficult.
Yeah, maybe below that then.
Yeah.
Because you got to think they're going to be world class athletes.
Yeah, they'll fuck you up. Like I don't think I could beat a featherweight woman.
No,
Is it what is it? Is it flyweight?
probably.
Is that lower than feather?
Yeah. I think flyweight. And then there'd be bantamweight and then flyweight.
No, yeah, it goes. So you got straw weight, which is 52.
Oh, right, okay.
Then fly, which is 56.
It is different. I think it must be different. It's different in the female category
Yeah.
than it is the males.
Bantamweight 61. And
Okay.
then featherweight 65.
Okay, yeah, maybe bantamweight or flyweight.
Yeah, I feel like bantamweight would probably give me some hassle.
Yeah.
Strawweight, yeah, probably strawweight because I think Rose Namajunas did strawweight for a bit. Was she
She's-
champion of strawweight? For
She's
a bit?
strawweight. She's champion now, isn't she? Strawweight.
Oh, it's strawweight. I thought she was
Yeah.
featherweight.
No,
Oh
no.
shit. Oh, maybe I might have to rethink this then. Hang on. Yeah, Rose Namajunas. Oh shit. Oh damn. I thought. Oh, it's Valentina Shevchenko who's flyweight, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck yeah, but probably not then. Atomweight. That's right. I'll go to one championship. Although fucking one championship is brutal. Like they do soccer kicks to the head, and 12-6 elbows.
That's heavy.
That is fucked up. Although to be fair, I've seen some 12-6 elbows in UFC that haven't been called. They're like sort of they'll do like that, and it's like, well, it's not 12-6.
What's it like?
So 12-6 elbow. John Jones. That's why he lost like.
Oh.
Because he did that.
Oh, right, okay.
A straight down elbow. That's not allowed.
Oh, right.
That is. Tell me the difference between that and that.
Maybe you're more on shit. Maybe you're more on the bone.
There, right. Let me elbow you and tell me which one hurts
Oh,
more.
fuck, getting elbowed. Jesus Christ, shit must hurt.
Yeah.
See that clip of Paddy the Baddy's fighting on the weekend, isn't he? And UFC like posted some clips of the Cage Warriors fights, and he elbowed a guy, and straight away, instantly, this big cut opened up on his face, and he stopped the fight.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Fucking elbows.
They will cut you the fuck up.
Like I got bony elbows as well, bro. Like that's my go-to in a fight. I think if like in like a street fight, if someone starts to push straight for the elbow.
Yeah.
Because like if it hits,
They're gonna be like, what the fuck? If they put especially if they're like just street fighter,
fighters, yeah.
they're not gonna really know what an elbow is.
No.
Hit 'em with one of them across the eye. They're gonna be like, nah.
Then the 540 spinning kick, obviously.
yeah. To the chin.
Yeah. Yeah.
What was
like
the other topic you wanted to talk about?
Oh, it's fine. I'll just go fuck myself. What I was saying. Don't worry.
Oh, sorry. No, carry on. Sorry.
No, taking the piss. Taking the piss is all good. My notes. Yeah, see, like I was saying before, but yours are research backed and shit. Do you think it's actually it follows on like with sexism, especially and like racism and homophobia and ableism and all that shit? Do you think that there will ever be a point where they're completely eradicated?
No, because there's always going to be people who are brought up in like communities and families who have those you have those beliefs. You're not going to be able to like completely eradicate it. It's just about educating as many people as possible because it is obviously a big issue. We obviously aren't really going to experience it being white males.
But yeah, true.
We're not really going to experience any.
We have no place to talk about
like,
any shit.
But I don't think it's just one of the things you're not really going to be able to eradicate, are you?
Unfortunately, I don't think so.
It's quite a deep-rooted.
It's a very deep,
especially in some communities. It's quite a deep-rooted kind of belief. Have you seen like the guy like Darryl Dixon, the black guy, and he's like converted loads of KKK members.
Oh yeah.
He was back. I watched. He was on Joe Rogan a couple of years ago, and I watched that, and it was really good. And he's just gone back on it again. I haven't watched it yet, but he's done a TED talk as well.
Nice.
And it was pretty interesting how like he was a reporter and he like phoned up these guys, and they didn't know he was black.
Oh, is that the guy that they based Black Klansman off, the film? Have you ever seen Black Klansman?
Oh yeah, no, I don't think they might have based it off him, yeah, but what he said was different to what happened in the film.
Yeah, obviously they've thingied it.
Yeah, that was a good film, that.
Yeah, because it was a. Oh no, the guy's name was Ron Stallworth. Never mind.
Oh right, okay. Yeah, because he talked about how so the first kind of like clan, because there's loads of like it's like clan wizard and all this.
Oh yeah,
weird
Imperial Grand Dragon Lord.
He's like a League of Legends vibe, isn't it? How like he got this like local like kind of high up guy to come to a hotel room and do an interview with him, and the guy didn't know he was like the clan guy didn't know he was black, and obviously he was obviously fucking scared and shit, and it went all right, and he actually became friends with him and managed to convert him, but like on the thing he had like a gun, like he had like his hand like ready at any moment if shit went down, because he had security with him as well, and it was just him.
Beast. I honestly, some of the stories you hear of like people back then protesting and doing shit like that, like it is fucked up the confidence.
Yeah. Oh yeah, because they would have they would have to kill if you were like that, wouldn't they? Pretty much. Like,
and it's not just kill; it's beat to death.
Yeah.
Humiliate, lynch.
Have you seen the what film is it? 12 Years a Slave.
No, I've never watched it.
That's a really good film.
Like it sounds really fucking sad.
Oh, there was a scene.
You want to spoil the movie for me?
Well, yeah, anyway, realistically, you're gonna watch it.
Probably. Might go home, watch it now. Watch it in the common room. Fucking, you know.
With Harry Mosley
on his laptop.
Beast. There was a scene where like the woman was like strapped to a tree and they were just like whipping her. It was fucked up watching it. I watched it when I was like 11 years old, and I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Some of the fucking torture weapons and methods that we've created, like, you know, maybe we're the virus. Like, that's bullshit, but like it is also true.
Maybe we are the problem.
Yeah, like you never see that shit in nature, do you? You never see a couple of rats fucking. It's us.
I suppose they probably have their own method.
Yeah, they probably like fucked up ways of killing each other, but I don't think they don't think about it as much as we do. Obviously, they can't.
Well, they might do. They might be like wolves or something. Might be pretty like fucked up. You never know.
The sort of hunting methods are scary, where they find like the most efficient ways to hunt, and whether like say monkeys that'll circle a victim, there'll just be that many of them that they'll just make a circle that slowly closes in, and then it's like you're about to be ripped to death, like shredded.
That's like Mother Nature. That's like going back to chaos. Like it's Mother Nature. Like she's beautiful, but like
she's scary, bro.
Yeah.
You don't piss that bitch off.
Don't fuck with her.
There's a video I saw the other day, actually yesterday, of like, you know, like the David Attenborough nature video guy.
Yeah.
He's in like the Arctic, and there's a polar bear that he sees, and the polar bear leaves the seal hole that it's like trying to like get out, and it starts walking towards him, and he gets in this like little metal box, and the polar bear spends about 3 minutes trying every way it can to get in because it wants to eat this person.
Polar bears are the only mammal that actively hunt humans.
Yeah, they're above us in the food chain. Because, bro, there's a rhyme. If it's brown, lie down. If it's black, fight back. And if it's white, good night. Because you're not winning. Like different bears, you're not winning a fight against a polar bear in any way. It will, like, it's knows like 1,000 times more powerful than ours.
What the fuck? They're so cute as well. Like especially like baby polar bears.
Yeah, because
like you just want to like cuddle it, and then like like bro, it's gonna hurt you.
Would you rather fight 3 horses. I don't know, it's the first thing that came to my head. Or 1 polar bear that that thinks you've kidnapped its kid.
Like neither, but like you're gonna have to choose the horses realistically. Like
You think? Bro, I feel like.
but horses like
Which would you rather die? Like that's the question.
it's like a boot to the head.
Fucking
like,
Holly Parr got kicked in
yeah,
there, didn't she?
Yeah, like,
That was fucked up. I don't know how.
which that's like to your ribs. Your ribs are caved in. If they get like both hooves like on your chest and just poof.
No, but think about if they say they were somehow smart enough to be like, I'll go this way, you go that way, and you get kicked from both sides.
Either way, you're gonna die.
Your head's popped. Like,
just gotta accept it. Really, there's no. You can't outrun a horse.
true. Do you reckon you could take a horse in a fight?
Maybe you feel like when you hit on the nose, would it be like?
Yeah, no. The nose always seems to be the way, isn't it? Like sharks and shit.
Mm-hmm. I've fought many sharks, so I know.
Obviously, bro. Obviously.
Killed 5.
Was that good?
Hands.
We don't have any proof of it.
Yeah.
Shark bites look fucking sick.
Oh.
Like, fucking. I was talking to Alan work. His dad lost his leg. Can't remember how. And I was like, oh, like he said something that was like kind of cool. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And he was like, what? That my dad lost his leg? And he seemed really confused about the fact that no, I just think there are cool methods of losing limbs, and some are not. Like if I was like, yeah, I woke up and I got like a parasite in it or some shit, it's like, oh, okay, fucking wash your hands, dickhead. Like, but if I was like, yeah,
flush a toilet next time.
yeah, I was like, yeah, I was surfing and a great white. I fought off a great white and it got my arm. Like
that would be sick, to be fair. But it'd be fucking scary though.
Oh yeah, you'd be shitting yourself. Fucking like.
Just imagine like you're trying to like swim away, like you see the shark fin and you think, fuck. You start swimming away, you look back and it's just the jaw of it, just like, because they kind of swim like that, don't they? And they swim fast as well. It's not like a.
No.
They're coming at you and just like.
You're supposed to turn and face them, aren't you? Because they see you as prey until you look at them.
Oh really?
Yeah, you're supposed to turn and prey, stand like stay still in the water, like big.
Really?
Those animals, like they're that fucking stupid. they don't think, oh, that's just his arm. It's like, fuck, this is big shit.
Have you heard the stories of like dolphins, how they kind of like protect humans against sharks?
Bro, dolphins do a lot of shit to humans that we fucking don't want to talk about. I haven't, but go on.
Apparently, like it's like a shark's coming after me, like dolphins, because they like fuck with sharks, don't they? They just like piss them off, and like bully them. So they like circle the human, and then the shark's like, oh, fuck's sake, and then the dolphins like go after the shark and be like, yeah, we'll go after that.
That's sick, but I don't fuck with dolphins.
Really?
Bro, dolphins rape each other. Dolphins gang rape. Like, it's so fucked up. And they'll fuck humans as well. Like,
what?
There was that woman who fucked a dolphin. Like, no, bro, I need to find this because it's like, it's mental. They were doing a study or something.
What, did they have like a dolphin penis?
Yeah, of course he's got a dolphin penis. How the fuck is he gonna fuck other dolphins?
Other animals have different ways of reproducing, don't they?
Do they?
Yeah.
Like what? Oh, you get like
birds. Like they don't have like a penis. They just kind of like rub each other.
No, yeah, they do.
Do they not?
Yeah, no, pigeons like they like hop on
no,
top.
I'm sure we've learned about this in biology. How like some birds like just like rub each other. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, you like that.
Just dry humping each other.
Yeah, the NASA-funded project that went wrong.
NASA-funded?
Bro, Peter the dolphin was 6 years old when he fell in love with a human. Let's find out about this. The New York Post.
Peter the dolphin.
Fucking hell. Wait, how did he die? He died of a broken heart. Well, fuck off, New York Post. So she was supposed
when
to.
When he got told he couldn't rape the woman.
Just like. So he spent 10 weeks. So she was supposed to spend 10 weeks teaching him English words, but Peter was more focused on getting to know his teacher in a different way.
The right way.
As he was sexually coming of age.
City boy. Peter's a city boy.
They ate together, they slept together, they bathed together.
What?
Yeah, they tried to get him to speak through his blowhole. he proved to be a bad boy.
You were naughty, naughty.
He had become sexually aroused several times during the week.
Man's just got to drive.
Yeah, fucking hell. He jams himself again and again against my legs, circles around me, and is inclined to nibble, and is generally so excited he cannot control his attitude around me. Yeah, no. How expensive she would masturbate Peter to keep him focused.
What?
It was just easier to incorporate that and let it happen. It was very precious. It was very gentle. Peter knew I was right there. Peter was right there. Again, it was sexual on his part. It was not sexual on mine. Sensuous, perhaps. So she didn't fuck him. But, well, no, he didn't fuck her, but she was noshing him off. While she's like, can you say apple? Yeah. Like, fucking hell. There's that other bitch that died because, or it might be a guy, I don't know. They tried to fuck a horse, and then they had like a harness, so that they like built a harness so they could be fucked by this horse.
He's horrible.
And it broke, and the horse like fell on top of them, and they like died from it. And the horse was obviously, I think the horse finished. I'm not sure. Oh, speaking of fucking that, God, I know all the weird animal shit. Penguins fuck dead penguins. Found that out the other day as well.
Really?
Yeah, apparently they're big into necrophilia.
What? Like, is there like any specific attraction, or are they just like fucked up?
I'm pretty fucked up. That's why bro, nature's gross at the same time.
Yeah, that's weird. It's like a lot of like animals. They look really cute and whatnot,
But they will fuck
but like
you.
they're they're weird.
Yeah.
Like if they're on the internet, like there'd be some dodge. Can you imagine like seeing a penguin on Reddit and like
Oh,
the amount of
no.
shit a penguin would say on Reddit?
Oh no.
It's dark.
That's pretty fucked up. I don't want to think about that. Like, Jesus.
I've actually went swimming with a dolphin when I went to the Dominican one time.
Did
It wasn't swimming. It was like a group of us. Fuck off. It was like a group of us, and there's like the instructor who's in the Caribbean, and the guy like could not pronounce Louis.
Oh,
He just
shit.
kept kind of like going Louis. He just couldn't pronounce it. And,
Racist. Cancel him. Get him, boys.
You know, like kind of like Seaworld.
Yeah.
Like looking back at it now.
Fuck Seaworld,
Yeah,
bro.
looking back at it now, there was like big tanks of like dolphins and shit. And you think, fuck. And it was right next to the sea as well. I don't know whether they let them out or not every now and again, but I highly doubt they.
Come back.
Highly doubt they did. And it was quite fun to be fair. It was a dolphin called Chico. And what we would do the thing where like he'd like pass it like it's like a beach ball, and you pass it to him and you bounce it on his nose, you pass it back to you. But he skipped me. Yeah.
What the fuck?
Right?
Why?
I don't know. It was like a line of us. So there's like 6 people or whatever, and then you know I was like the last one, right? And then the person before me.
Take your phone. I was just like,
Mackenzie seeing.
fuck off. So this, Dominican instructor was like, nah, fuck the white boy.
No, like, so it was like, so the person before me passes the ball back to Chico,
Yeah.
and then Chico just looks at me and is like, carries on with the ball. Obviously, he was like playing about or whatever, but like,
Yeah.
fuck Chico.
Damn.
Like,
Yeah,
dummy
she
day
was a
there.
bitch. She's probably dead now.
I've got a picture of him in my lands, me and Chico.
Aw.
But yeah,
Damn. Well.
I still got a vendetta against him to this
yeah,
day.
but if you see him in the wild, it's on sight.
Yeah. But it's still a cool experience though, because it was like, it's a dolphin, isn't it? Like I was up close with like fucking dolphin.
Yeah, I'm sure it was great for you. You were the 40th person he'd seen that day, and then he went to do the same lap he's done 100 times. Like,
Oh, that's fucked up thinking about it.
that's why I hate that seal. I watched a documentary on Netflix about it. It's called about killer whales in tanks. The way they hunt them, like as in humans to get them, basically. So I can't remember what they're called. Like I'm just like a pack of whales. What they would do is when they saw that the boats were coming. Because they're like mad intelligent, they would separate. So the women and their babies would go off one way, but then all the big like males and shit would go one way, so that the boats would follow them.
Oh.
So the boats followed the men, But then what they didn't realize was people had planes, so they found, because they had to come up for air. So they found the other orcas and like, here are the young ones, because they only take babies.
Oh, but they only take bait.
Yeah.
Oh.
Otherwise, the big ones are just gonna die. Like,
oh.
so they swoop in, pick them up, and put them on like the boats. And apparently, the orcas also like surrounded. They get caught in the net, and they're all like surrounding this boat, just like screaming and shouting, trying to get them. It's awful.
What the fuck?
The shit that SeaWorld and that go through.
They are dangerous for like orcas and like killer whales. Like,
Well, see, this is the thing, in the wild they're not, to us
Really?
at least. No, bro, have you not seen all the videos of people just like stroking whales and shit, because they're just like, yo, they'll just come to your boat and be like, what's up? They are.
oh yeah, I've seen I've seen some of them
They're
too,
like
actually.
naturally inquisitive animals.
Ah.
They're only angry, and I'd also be pretty. Imagine if you,
Yeah.
if I was like, yo, Lou, this is your house, like this room, so you were just like, every fucking day of your life. What can you do today? Walk around. Oh, mate, mix it up. I'd want to kill myself too, and I'd want to kill every single person that walks into my room. Yeah, right. The window's there. You just see lines of kids being like,
yeah. Knocking on it.
yeah.
Banging on it like.
Yeah.
Yeah, nah, yeah, too far. I would probably want to kill myself if I was like in a cage. Even like in any cage, not just in like a tank.
Yeah.
Like being a monkey, like just in like I got like a tree and like a climbing rope to swing about on. Like that's all I can do.
I'd hang myself.
Have you seen the video of the monkeys like beating off? it's like some kids and they're looking at it like, wow, look at that. And he's just there like tossing himself off.
Monkeys are so fucking stupid.
Yeah, the mums are like, whoa, hang on,
Yeah.
hang on. And you just watch it like... If I was in like a small cage, I wouldn't give a fuck. I'd just be
No.
like, yeah, go on.
Yeah, and there's like the other one where like the monkey throws his shit at the old woman and it hits her in the face. Like,
I fucking love monkeys.
monkeys are sick. That's why it's so sad when you see them in Chester Zoo. Like,
There's kind of like the ethical kind of debate of like, do you want them to be out in the wild where they could be poached and also they're going to be exposed to like natural diseases and like other competition, especially if they're endangered as well. You know, you want to preserve that species, and then also in the zoo, like they're in a place where you can make sure the population doesn't die out and they're well looked after, but also they're like
their quality of life is so shit.
yeah.
I like that's why I think like nature reserves and people. I think poaching should be a bigger issue. No, never mind. I think like as in there should be a bigger fight against poaching, not that I support poaching. I like you see people you know, like Tiger King, people that want to have these big animals, or people that want to like decorate their house with like rugs of tigers and all that sort of shit. It should all be like that should be criminal to the max. Poachers, like you see it in like the Congo and stuff, all of them prison life.
How can you like? Because I couldn't imagine like mentally dealing with the fact that
I've done this
like
because I
am literally making a species come onto the brink of extinction or even go extinct. Like, how could you, as a human being, how could you like actually cope with the fact that you're causing that? I physically couldn't. Like, if I had like a boss who was like, yeah, go on, shoot that rhino, I'd be like, nah, bro.
That's the thing, right? It's easy to say that because we've got the cushy, like, we have a house, we have this, like, a lot of the people that do, you'll find probably don't have houses, they don't have any of the common, like, amenities, I don't know which one it is, that we do have. I think if it was, it's like, it is my life or it's yours. It's a fucked up one.
Yeah, that's actually quite, yeah. I suppose then you kind of, you got to provide another sort of job. Maybe those nature reserves can give them a job.
But they don't get funded enough. Which is why, like, because they make less money, they're not as profitable because they're about safety and about keeping these animals alive. It's not about turning these animals into something.
Into profit, yeah. I see on Instagram sometimes I get adverts of like petition kind of links, and it's like the government or like some company has been approved to like hunt like endangered animals, and it's like what was previously protected, they've now just been like, yeah, go on. Or like there's one thing with the bees, there's like they've allowed a new like a pesticide that was previously banned to now be used again, and it's just it's fucked up. Like, what if you know it's bad, then why would you just allow it again?
Because it makes money. It's cheap to make, bro. Firstly, save the bees. Secondly, a very like crazy thing I saw was like it was an image of people spraying pesticide on plants, and they're in full hazmat suits, masks, goggles. They are fully decked out in it, and you can argue like, oh, but they'll have to inhale so much because you're going on it. But what if you got all your food from there?
Yeah, like if
you can't breathe it in, don't put it on the food.
I'm listening to Joe Rogan's got this guy called like Sadhguru, this Indian guy.
Oh, Will was telling me about him.
Yeah. Will sent it to me, and I've been listening to the podcast, and he was talking about how one of the first things they talked about was how a lot of the topsoil.
Oh yeah. Like it's like the nutrients have like gone half or some shit.
No, it was more than that. He was saying that like the nutrient content in like a lot of like vegetables and fruit and products and whatnot is 10% of what you would have got in like the 1920s, and that if I say like I today ate like an orange, to have the same nutritional benefit of what it was in like 1930s, 1920s, I'd have to eat eight oranges to get the same nutrients, which is crazy.
That's so scary.
It's like when you're like constantly like cutting up this topsoil and removing it and whatnot, and you're using inorganic fertilizers and pesticides, you're gonna like fuck up the nutrients and whatnot. And it's not just gonna affect like third world countries. Like it's soon gonna come to us. Like we probably think, because we've never really had, and we never had like a civil war or like a big drought or anything. We've never really gone through something like that. But it's like we think, so because we've never gone through, we think that can't happen to us. But it definitely in the coming years it's on the table. It's on like it. If something doesn't change, then like shit's gonna fucking hit the fan soon. Like we're not invincible as much as we think we are. We're not invincible.
I feel like that's a very good point to end it. You know what I mean? I feel like leave it at the fact that we're not invincible. Save the bees. Treat everyone else with respect. And fuck poachers.
And fuck people using inorganic pesticides and all that bullshit.
Yeah, like fuck
fucking the animals and us up, because it's gonna hit us eventually, innit?
Oh well. Peace out.
Thanks for watching, guys.
Episode 4. Whoa.